What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Tryhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and sorry I haven't gotten back to my third battle report at Blood in the Sun till right now. If you guys watched the first two episodes of Blood in the Sun, the first one, I ended up getting my ass kicked by a Sky Sloop army. The whole army was just 5 Sky Sloops and a shit ton of archers, and a telephone booth that kicked my ass. And you guys ask what the telephone booth is? Well, guess what? Watch the first video and you'll figure it out. But the second video, I ended up beating my Wood Elf opponent, which is also one of the guys at the Dice Dojo. So I got him, and so I have like a medium small loss, and then I have a decent size medium big win. So I'm kind of like, you know, kind of just cruising in the middle right now. I'm not really like overdoing it at the top or underdoing it at the bottom. So I get my next opponent. My next opponent is Bill Robertson. Now, if you guys go on War Score, if you guys check your score on War Score, if you know that you have your scores posted up on War Score, Bill Robertson is the guy who made War Score. This is Bill Robertson. Check, his name is on the bottom. That's Bill Robertson right there. Check him out. Anyways, he brought out an Ogre army. So I have a lot of experience with Ogres. I don't have too much fear about Ogres. I kind of know what to expect with them, more or less, since I play against them all the time with my brother. So, we're going to go over what he has for magic. Or actually, yeah, this is what he has for magic. He has Curse of the Westerlies, he has Thunderbolt, and he has Lightning Storm. And then he also has Flaming Swords. Now, the character with Flaming Swords, that's the one that scares me the most. He can take out my trolls, and my trolls right now are extremely well off against his whole army. His whole army, I mean, they're all pretty much like going to be weapon skill 3. They're going to have a shit ton of attacks, but the trolls have a good armor save and a good regen save. But if he has Flaming Swords, he could really, really fuck me up. So I have to really pay attention to that. Not only that, we're going to go over his army really quick. Look at this. He has on the left 2 units. I only have a picture of one, but 2 units of bombardiers. Alright, so they have banners, and I don't know what else they have, but they have 2 units of 4 bombardiers. The unit on the right is a unit of veteran mercenaries. I really like that guy with the freaking the helmet on. That's awesome. I think that one looks great. But he has a unit of veteran mercenaries. Now the veteran mercenaries have brace of pistols, and they also have ballistic skill +1 and thunderous charge. So there's no bodyguard. I don't have to worry about. I could probably break his unit if I get a good charge in. We'll see how that goes. Over here on the left, he has a unit of iron guts, and then on the right he has a unit of tribesmen with iron fists. Behind them, right there on the hill, he has a cannon, and then on the far right, which I have to pull up this picture here, he has a unit of Yetis. Now, I did drop my whole army off first, and the reasoning for this again is I have to take the advantage of the first turn, but I have to use my advantage of shooting. I have catapults, I have web launchers, I have crossbows, I have a bunch of stuff, and I just gotta just blast the crap out of his units, is what I gotta do. Now, my best bet is, and then on the left side, that left side kind of scares me because he has so much shooting, it could do a good chunk of damage. So the good news is I have Koopa and the Boar Boys on that side. They have good armor. They could probably take a couple shots, no problem. And they could probably take out, I know for a fact Koopa could take out those lead belchers. The man-eaters are what worries me the most. So I go ahead and I Vanguard up. We're going to go straight into turn 1. I go ahead and I Vanguard up my Wolf Riders here. Now, he goes ahead and Vanguards up his Yetis on this side over here. And I put my spider like this and everything because I didn't really worry. I was going to take for turn 1. I took the advantage. I only get a +2 to my roll, and he takes turn 1. No, I got it. It's my turn. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins, and this is how it looks. I go ahead and I move up Koopa far over to the left into those Belchers. If they want to charge me in the forest, go for it. Koopa doesn't care. The Boar Boys are kind of chilling back where they could charge. They could take a couple shots. Crossbows are close enough where they can start picking apart some people. And then I go ahead and I move my right wave over. I made a big major mistake. I put Dread right in range of his cannon, and I could get shot easily with Dread. I mean, do get one shot with the Lucky Shield, so I'm going to have to use it. But besides that, I mean, that's kind of how it looks. I started moving up the Wolf Riders for Chaff. I started moving the Squigs closer to Chaff'em on the following turn, and that's kind of how it looks. Magic Phase got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Foot of Gork, and he uses the Dispel Scroll, and I also use up Zap, and he also just dispels that. So we're going to go to Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase across Bork, start shooting. They only do 2 wounds onto his Iron Guts. I like those bats with, like, wood color. That's interesting. I always see them in stone. I never see them in wood. Alright, over here, the Web Launcher starts shooting at his Iron Guts as well, and it drifts off into his Tribesmen, and ends up doing no wounds, but it does stick them, so they're going to have to take DTs if they charge. And that's basically all I really got done. My 2 Rock Lobbers missed his cannon on top of the hill. That's my main target right now, is to kill that cannon to make sure Dread doesn't have any adversaries. It's going to start off turn 1 Ogre Cons. So, he took the bait. He's going for Koopa, and I was like, seriously? I would have just shot Koopa. You have a better chance at shooting Koopa. I didn't tell him this, but I'm like, you have a better chance of shooting Koopa than charging in. So he's charging in both lead belchers into Koopa, and Koopa's just like, I'll take it. He decides to charge his man-eaters into the flank of my Squig Hoppers, and I was like, shit! I did not see this. Based on the terrain, based on my movement, didn't think he was going to go this way. Plus, they're ballistic skill man-eaters. I didn't think he was going to go ahead and charge, but he goes ahead and he charges it to the flank. So he gets in with 2 lead belchers. He fails with the man-eaters, which are going to take a counter charge on my boars, and all of a sudden he goes, you know what? I'm going to take my tournament reroll. And he re-rolls it, gets in, and BAM! Ah, son of a bitch! Gets into my squigs, and this is really bad. I mean, this is really bad. Alright, so this is kind of how it looks right now. As you can see, the 2 phone booths, they're actually like flags, so we're playing capture the flag. If you could take over the flag, that's great. You're going to get extra points. He put it in his man-eaters, I put it in my orcs, my orc horde. So over here, he moves up the Yetis, he moves up his Saber Tusk to play Chaff. Magic Phase, he got 12 power dice. Goes ahead and does Thunderbolts onto my wolves, kills off 3 of them, but they stick. Then he goes ahead and he does Curse of the Westerlies onto my trolls. I have to use my Dispel Scroll because I don't need them weakened in any way. I need them to do what they need to do. So I have to use my Dispel Scroll, and then I use the other dice to dispel whatever other spell he used. So he goes ahead and he shoots the fucking cannon, and bink! Lucky Charmed it. Lucky Shielded it, and I'm just gonna have to get Dread out of line of sight right now. So over here, Squigs end up doing 1 wound onto his man-eaters. The man-eaters go ahead and smash the fucking Squigs. They overrun, and they overrun. They need like a 10 to get into the trolls, and BAM! They get into the fucking trolls. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Oh my god, this is ugly. Over here, on the other side, Koopa! Koopa killed one of those fucking lead belchers, the bombardiers, does another wound onto another. They're attacking, and just Koopa's just like, He armor saves like 10 hits and and impact hits, and he only takes 1 wound, and I actually win combat. He charged, he has a banner, he has 1 wound, that's a 3. Koopa did 4. So he's like, shit. So he rolls and he sticks, but that's okay. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. The Orcs with the crossbows are charging downhill into his man-eaters. Okay? And that's great. I'm going to have a big flank. I'm going to have a downhill charge. I'm going to have all this extra bonus shit. And all I got to do is really fuck him up, really. Over here, the A-Rock charges to this. Kind of hoping for a terror check, but he passes it. And he's just going to get in my way. And then the Boar Boys came out of nowhere and charged into the flank of the Lead Belchers. Now, in all honesty, I probably should have used the Boar Boys elsewhere. Probably to help out with the man-eater issue. But it looks like these guys over here got it. They got in like so. A-Rock's in like so. And that's my nephew Jose putting his head down. So, this is how the table looks. I moved Dread over even further. I had to keep, here's the big issue. I had to keep Dread in range to make sure the trolls don't run away. But I really wanted to put Dread behind the building. So I turned Dread facing the Yetis. A-Rock's right now blocking the side of the view of Dread. I'm going to have to work like this. Magic Phase got 9 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Sneaky Stabbing onto my Orcs with crossbows. It gets it off. I go ahead and I throw up the Get Them onto my Orcs with the boars over here. It gets it off. And then I thought I threw up... I think I did Let's Get 'em Lads or whatever onto his main or onto the man-eaters, but he dispelled that one first. Then I go ahead and I did sneaky stabbing. So, I go ahead and I do the rock lobber. I go ahead and I try to hit the fucking cannon, misses. Do the other one, misses. God, that fucking cannon, man. Over here, Koopa and the Boar Boys just fucking annihilate over here. The Boar Boys killed off 2 of them. Koopa killed off another one of them. He is failing combat big time. I don't think he did a single wound to me. They're going to run, and they're running away from, I guess, the Boar Boys. I think I pushed them with the Boar Boys, forcing them off the table. I chased with both. I don't even know why I chased with both. I should have just chased with the Boar Boys, let Koopa turn around and help out. But I chased with both. Both of them run off the table, and that is great. Got some points there. Over here, he does 2 wounds onto the trolls, okay? And then he has 2 guys on the sides. They have a brace of pistols. So they normally get, I think, like 3 or 4 attacks. They'll get like 5 attacks apiece, right? They do... Oh, I'm sorry. They ended up doing 4 wounds onto the trolls. But then they do 8 fucking wounds, or 7 fucking wounds onto my crossborgs. What the fuck? Hitting on 3, wounding on 3s, and they did 7 I mean, that's like almost a perfect roll. What the fuck? I go ahead and I only kill off 1 dude, and I do 2 wounds onto another. That's not enough. Oh, I'm sorry. I do 7 wounds total. 7 wounds total. So the 7 and 7 kind of negate each other, but he does have a charge, a flank, banner, all that crap. I have a charge, a downhill charge, all that crap. I lose. I lose combat. I lose pretty big, actually, because the 7 and 7 minus each other out, but he did an additional 4 wounds, or 5 wounds onto the trolls. Alright? And then the banners should cancel each other off. The flank charges should cancel each other off. I have a downhill charge, so I'm down by 4. Okay? The trolls fail. They fail again. They run. They run this way. They pop out the other side by the A-Rock. Doesn't matter because the Yetis are going to clean them up. Right? The fucking Orcs with crossbows run away. He chases the trolls. The trolls get away. He ends up overrunning into my Orcs here. Oh my god. This is just brutal, man. Holy crap. Over here, the A-Rock obviously is going to kill the fucking dog. I'm sorry, the cat. And it's going to start off turn 2, Ogre Cons. Turn 2, Ogre Cons. He's charging his Yetis into my trolls, forces them off the table. Then he redirects into the A-Rock, and he's just going to have to take it like a man. So basically, he moves his cannon just so his cannon could see barely Dread past the big, the A-Rock, and then he has all those guys over there. Magic Phase, he got 4 power dice. He goes in and throws Curse of the Westerlies onto my Orcs. Can't stop it. Then he goes to Shooting Phase, and he shoots at Dread. He shoots at Dread. He has Move, Long Range, and hiding behind the A-Rock. He gets it. And he fucking... I fail my ward. He max ordinances. I use my tournament reroll to pass the ward again, and I fail the ward again, and he kills Dread. Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Such a level of frustration right now. Over here, I end up sticking in combat. He killed a shit ton. I don't even have a picture of how many he killed. It looks like over 8 of them he killed because the giant's gone. But I did a couple wounds back. I stick because I'm steadfast. And I just returned like this. The A-Rock, he did 4 wounds onto the A-Rock. The A-Rock goes nuts and kills out. It only does 2 wounds originally. That sucks. Only 2 wounds originally onto the Yetis. And the Yetis might just kill my A-Rock. We're going to go to turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3, Koopa and the boys come back. And this is just how it looks. My Orcs did rally, thank God. And I'm using my Wolf Riders to chaff his tribesmen. I really don't know who to chaff. There's not really any good options to chaff right now. Magic Phase, I got 5 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Get 'em Lads. He has Curse of the Westerlies on me. I throw up Get 'em Lads on my guys. I'm figuring, you know what? I'm going to create this infinite loop. This infinite loop where I roll and I get a shit ton of hits. And he's going to be like, you have to re-roll those hits. I'm like, alright, but I get to re-roll all my misses. And I just pick up all the dice and I do it again. And it keeps going. And he's like, no, that's not how it works. And I was like, God, that'd be fucking nuts. It would just drive me nuts just rolling dice and rolling dice. And I go, how about this? I pick up the dice and I roll them all. and then without even looking at them, because we know they're all hits and misses, I pick them all up again and I roll them all again, and we just call the second roll as the roll. And he goes, dude, just roll it once. I was like, come on, Bill, man. Anyways, so the round after Dread dies, guess what happens? My fucking rock lobbers are like, BAM! Direct hit, fuck you, cannon. Second one, BAM! Direct hit, fuck you, cannon. Seriously, guys? Seriously. The round after. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? So stupid. Oh, man. Close combat. I end up doing a good chunk of damage to his man-eaters, but his man-eaters don't die yet, and they don't panic and run. They do a good chunk of damage to me, and it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Ogre Khan's turn 3. Ogre Khan's turn 3. Oh, God. Here they come. Charging his Iron Guts in. He's charging his guys into my dogs over here, and he's gonna get in. This is pretty much the end of my unit. I have to finish off those man-eaters because I gotta capture that flag before I die. He's gonna capture it back, but I'm still gonna capture that flag before I die. It's worth a lot of points if I capture that flag. Magic Phase got 9 power dice. He goes in and he throws up Curse of the Westerlies again. It's gonna cause the same infinite loop. Okay, over here he throws up a buff on these guys. I think they got like regeneration or something like that. I don't remember what they got. They got something. And he's gonna go ahead and do impact hits. Impact hits. He goes in and just destroys the dogs. He overruns, and he can't even overrun because he's gonna hit the building. So he ends up just turning like this. So then over here, close combat. Impact hits, kills one guy. I just decided, you know what? He's striking last on that side. His man-eaters are gonna kill a couple of my guys. I need to focus all my fire on those man-eaters. I really wanted to attack hopefully attack the flank and maybe get some wounds off and maybe live. But I'm like, man, you know, to be honest, let's just be honest. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. This game is just, since that first flank he got off, even though he failed it and then did the tournament reroll and got it all, the game has been extremely downhill. So, let's just finish off those man-eaters, kill them off. I capture the flag, good, and now he's gonna fuck me up and just kill me. So he wins combat by huge. I didn't even have to roll for a leadership check, right? I roll the dice to see maybe I could get away. Maybe my BSB and my Shaman could get away, rally. We could do some range damage, hurt his fucking Iron Guts, right? I roll a 3. He goes in and he rolls his dice to pursue, and he rolled a 3. Oh, that's hilarious. So he captured my flag, I captured his flag. It's going to start off, I believe, my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I forgot to show you what happened here. The A-Rock actually defended against the Yetis, killed 2 Yetis. There's only 1 Yeti left. He fled. I'm chasing him down with the A-Rock right now, and that's what I'm doing right here. I chase, get him. I'm behind the building, away from his fucking cannon. I go ahead and I move everybody around like this. Koopa and the Boar Boys are coming up the flank. They took their sweet-ass time getting over here. Crossbowks are pretty much done. They have 1 Shaman left. I can't take out those 2 blocks in 2 turns or whatever I have left. Magic Phase, I got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Evil Eye. Get off fucking triple 6s on the Evil Eye. He's like, fuck it, I want to see you miscast. I was like, alright. I go ahead and I shoot and I kill off 1 freaking Iron Gut. Shooting Phase, this guy finally finished off the cannon. And then over here, close combat, she ended up killing off the Yeti. I really should have overran because it's gonna start off his turn, Ogre Khan's turn 4, I think it was, and he could see like the tip of my ass, the tip. I should have overran because he wouldn't have been able to see me at all. So he's gonna charge into my A-Rock. It's gonna kill my A-Rock. Over here, he's gonna charge into my Rock Lobber. And then there's another mistake too. I should have just shot the Evil Eye into that dog and just had another turn with that. He gets in here, he gets in over there. Magic Phase, he got 6 power dice. He goes and throws up Curse of the Westerlies. Doesn't even matter. Close combat over here. Kills off my freaking my Rock Lobber, and he overruns this way but misses my Shaman by 1 inch. Over here, he racks up the wounds on impact hits, and then his guy with the great weapon ends up finishing off the job. And that's the end of the game, guys. It was a brutal, brutal massacre. Oh man, that sucked. It sucked. It was just bad luck after bad luck after. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It was a dumb move by me by putting my squigs where they had an exposed flank, and it just caused a whole downhill flank charge. I was happy the first turn when he actually failed it, but then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to use my tournament reroll and roll that really low dice," and I was like, "Son of a bitch!" And that cost me the game right there. That one tournament reroll cost me the whole game. If that didn't happen, I had strategies on how I was going to attack these 2 blocks and all that crap going on. No, that didn't happen. Couldn't get off a Zap for the life of me. Couldn't get off a Foot of Gork for the life of me. The Foot of Gork would have been great because it would have done D3 wounds on all these guys that I hit, which would have killed off a good chunk of them. But yeah, it was just brutal. I should have. I feared that he had a lot of shooting. I shouldn't have feared that at all. And to be honest, going back on it, what I should have done, to be honest, was had Koopa attack the lead belchers, kill the lead belchers, and then run towards his cannon instead of having everybody run off the table. Should have ran towards the cannon, and then that would have gave me a better chance. And if I did get to the cannon, kill the cannon, turn around and go for a rear charge on these other units. But that didn't happen. I didn't utilize the boar boys correctly. I didn't utilize a lot of things correctly. The one thing that really crushed me was that those orcs with crossbows just got crushed on that downhill charge flank attack I did. That was so beautiful. I'm like, it's a downhill charge. I got banner. I got a big flank. I got rank. I got so many wounds. I got rerolls to hit, rerolls to wounds, and get to reroll ones to wound on the trolls and all this stuff. Didn't matter. He fucked me up. He fucked me up royally. That was just nasty. I got to give it to Bill. Bill did a good game. He didn't make many mistakes, and he just capitalized on on my mistakes, which was just big. So this was game 3. This is day 1. I did get voted for best paint. So after this game, Fergus comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, yo, when this game's over, I want you to put your stuff together, put it in the other room. You're in the best paint room. We're gonna have to judge your paint and a couple other people." Then he goes up to my brother and says the same thing, and you see my brother with this giant look of like I mean, my brother's my older brother, okay, and he's getting like in mid-30s, but his face was like a little kid at Christmas. He was like, "What? Me?" He's like, and Fergus couldn't stop laughing. He's like, "Yeah, man, put your stuff together, go into the best paint room." And my brother was just like, "Oh my god, I'm going in the big room." Oh man, that was funny as hell. Now for points, I'm gonna have to pull this up on my Google Drive. I don't have it up right now. Sorry. I'll put it up right here. You guys will see it coming up right now on your side. But for points, Dread took 0 points. Koopa took 460 points, which is the biggest that Koopa's took this whole tournament so far. I mean, just destroying both those lead belchers units was a lot of points. Kieran the Coyote unfortunately didn't do shit because he got killed. Baxter ended up taking up only 44 points. The Crossborks only did 117 points of damage. The Orc Horde did about 340 in damage, which is kind of okay. I mean, they kind of got flank charged and whatever, right? The Trolls only did 65 points in damage, which is nothing. The Boar Boys ended up doing 230, which is the first time the Boar Boys got on the board this tournament. The Squig Hoppers only did 22 points of damage. The Rock Lobbers did 150, and the A-Rock did 177. So, easily the MVP is King Koopa. King Koopa was just like, laughing it off, fighting his way with the fucking lead belchers and earning the MVP award. You fat bastard, you. Now, as for the rest of the stuff, all right, let's see. Went over the MVP, went over the points. Guys, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe if you haven't hit it already. We're over 1,000 subscribers, which I'm ecstatic about. August is creeping up on me, guys. It's the end of June right now. July's here. July should be coming up in like a couple days, and I'm still stuck at like 20% of my goal for my Greece trip. So guys, if you guys can help donate to my channel. You can do it on the YouTube channel. There's a support button on the right side if you go to my channel. In this video, there's a description box underneath. I have a GoFundMe account as well as my PayPal account. If you guys can help out, that would be wonderful. That would be mostly appreciated, and I will really, really, really be in debt to you guys. In the meantime, I am working on a Buckeyes list, and I have a couple games that I did for Buckeyes practice, where the list did really good. It's double A-Rock list, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, more about that list when I get there. We're still on bits. I still owe you 2 more videos. 2 more videos. I have a chance to come back, okay, guys? I have a big chance to come back. Paint scores are a huge part of bits, which is going to help me out. But the one thing I feel horrible about this game, the one major thing, even though this game just crumbled in front of me, was I had a chance to beat Bill, and Bill's an Ogre Con player competing against my brother's Ogre Cons. So my brother can win best Ogre Con, but he has a tough competition with Bill here, who just got a shit ton of points off of me. Point wise, I think this was my lowest point game period, but I still got like 11 points, I think, or 10 points, because I ended up making up some points because I got his flag. I still killed the man-eaters. I still killed the lead belchers. I still killed the cannon. He did have 2 more units left. He did have more points than me, obviously, but I still ended up not getting tabled, which was good. Yeah, if Dread was still alive, this combat would have been totally different. The whole game would have been totally different by this time. And if the Orcs would have fought any of these units straight up, it would have been a totally different game. And if the Trolls would have gotten into combat the way they were supposed to, it would have been a totally different game. It would have been a totally different game, period. But I just gave up that flank, which is just... and I've been shamed by my ETC team. They were like, I can't believe you gave up a flank so easy. I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't even fucking see it. Anyways, yeah, so sorry, bro, if you're watching this, or if your son's watching this. I am very sorry that I didn't help you out on that, taking that best Ogre Con MVP award. Anyways, but I still have a chance to catch up for best Orc and Goblins. I know the guy who was in the lead, which was Andrew Ratman, he conceded. I don't think he conceded this game. It might have been the next game, but that was a big 0 loss for him. So, guys, I stretched out the video long enough that the ambulance is going by. It's the ambulance! Going to McDonald's! No, he's not going to McDonald's. Actually, it wasn't even an ambulance. It was a fire truck. Anyways. Oh, man. That just shows you how bad Chicago is. If somebody's not dying, somebody's burning. Anyway. Anyways. Yeah, so I still have a chance. I got round 4 and 5. I'm being pushed down a couple tables. But maybe I could do it. Maybe I could swing it out. This happened to me before. This happened to me at Brawler's Bash. All these tournaments with B's in their names. But Brawler's Bash, I got tabled in 2 games, and I still came back to be the best Orc and Goblin General. So I'm hoping I could do that here. Maybe I could table my next 2 opponents and get best Orc and Goblin General. Who knows? We'll find out. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.